Hello and welcome. It's Friday night. That means it's time to go truck racing, Midwest Motorsports style. We're at Homestead Miami Speedway tonight. We're going to go green for 101 laps. Very interesting scenario that due to the penalties, this is a incidents per lap review race. So only a few cars are able to qualify. Might see some single file lines at the restart, but we have finished qualifying, and my man, the number 11, Dustin Reinstedel, last season's champion, has put it on the pole. Bryce Meddings right behind him in the number 99, Albert Williams third, Mark Cochran fourth, from Snyder with the top 5 qualifying. You can see the 28 Avalon truck up front. Robert Sanders, Robert Olofsson, Jason Perry, Aaron Holroyd in the P9, and Michael Samia rounded out the top 10. 101 laps. We're going to take a stage break at 23. Only the top, I think, 10 cars that are not on the EOL will get to take position up front 2 wide. After that, everybody else is going to go single file. We have a stacked field tonight. I see 33 trucks registered to race as the outlap begins. I'd love to go through the whole field, but I think we're going to be back around by the time everybody makes it back. Thanks for joining us. If you're on the Twitch stream, we're going to be checking in on that. So send us a chat us up a little bit, and we'll see if we can get you on air. Tell us who's going to win. Maybe if you see a favorite paint scheme. But congratulations again to Dustin Reinstedel. So I'll just explain the end of line, first stage and second stage and the start, and that's it. After that, any cautions after the second stage, it's as they run. So the end of line really is not a deal breaker. It's a disciplinary thing, the way the Midwest Motorsports guys try to get your incidents per lap under control. So don't panic if you're on the EOL. It's a long race, 101 laps at Miami, Homestead, Miami Speedway. There's a lot of laps. Anything can happen. As far as the truck championship goes, Bryce Meddings is on the top of the stands right now. 163 points, 11 points above Eric Thaler, Sean Hapuk third, Brian Latshaw fourth. So close. There are, I'd say, less than, it's so close. It's anybody's call. Still early days. So lots to play for, especially with 33 trucks in the field tonight. Early in the season to be talking about points, but we have to bring it up. Dustin Reinstedel, the lights are out on the pace car, so we're going to go green next lap. This is round 5 of 20. So after this race, we're just going to be a quarter of the way through. And it looks like the lights are back on. So we're going to make sure everybody gets lined up and tightened up so that they're not spaced out across the whole track, which is a good thing. Another shout out to our dedicated race control, Josh Watt, trying to hold everything down with over 20 cars with the EOL restriction. Look at these gorgeous trucks, man. Everybody's spending a lot of time on their paint. We really appreciate that, making the broadcast look good. We're going to try to give you a show tonight. These trucks always are entertaining. I expect to see a lot of tire fall off. We'll see maybe somebody saves tires. Maybe somebody saves an extra set just in case of a late race caution. With 30 trucks, I expect to see some yellows, but I think this EOL thing is, if you haven't experienced the EOL scenario before, it might hopefully instill a little discipline and not want to push it 3 wide on lap 4. But this is the Craftsman Truck Series, and you never know. And that's why we tune in. That's why I'm watching. 74 there, looking really good. Little story about him. I know Michael Harris in the 74. This paint scheme is dedicated to his stepfather. His stepfather passed away about a year ago tomorrow, and Michael Ellis was his name. He and Michael Harris had a okay relationship until he was an adult, and got even closer the last few years, and every day is precious, and Michael Harris will tell you that. And his livery is in honor of his stepfather, Michael Ellis. So he's wearing his name on the truck. State of Indiana is where he's from. And he's got MKE 14 was his favorite number. So the colors that he represents are the fast pitch softball team. So that's the 74. Good luck, Michael Harris, representing your stepfather today. Back now with your pole sitter, Dustin Reinstedel in the 11, still representing the Hooters camo truck. And the 99, Bryce Meddings. Your points leader, after an amazing run at Road America last week, we got Mark Cochran, another Aussie, running his own, a big part of another esports league down under. So it's good to have him in our field today. He had a really good qualifying, so Mark Cochran, I believe, is going to be a factor, along with Ty Williams. Also on the second row, Norm Snyder. Great to see him in the top 5. The benefits of not being on the IPL. Got Brandon Morris with us again tonight. Welcome back, Brandon. Haven't seen you in the truck in a while. Glad to have you back there. He's the 39. Always running up front. Keeps it clean and real hard racers. Gonna put it to you. Robert Sanders doing good. Michael Samia repping the number 3. Got Dale Sr. on his deck lid. Brandon Hinton, Eric Thaler in the 15. Eric Thaler qualified 10th tonight. Founder of the Midwest Motorsports. Oh, looks like they have turned off the lights on the pace car. Let's tighten the field up a little bit. We're going to go green this time by at Homestead Miami Speedway. Barney's got the flag in his hand, beer in the other hand. Pace car ducks off, field's on you, Dustin Reinstedel. Let's go racing. Got the seams all over the track. That might be a factor too. A little bit of temp. There's all the single file. Everybody's single file behind the top 10, I believe. 78 degrees. Air temp. We're racing at night, so nice and cool. 72 degrees air temp, 78 track temp. Little bit of wind, 12 miles an hour. Not sure if that's going to be a factor. Looks like Reinstedel takes the early lead. Bryce Meddings on the outside. Ty Williams down low. So we will find out very quickly some lap times, and we'll see how those fade as the runs goes on. But I think tires are going to be the name of the game tonight. Maybe 35 to 38 laps on a tank of fuel. Already 3 wide. Dustin Reinstedel right on that white line. Bryce Meddings choosing to take the higher line. It's a little momentum. Makes a bid for the lead on lap 1. Hangs it up high. Brandon Morris, as I said, it's already up a lot of spots. P3 already. Brandon Morris doesn't care about saving tires today. Riding the rim outside of Mark Cochran there, 3 wide. Ty Williams down low. Meddings takes the lead and the low line. 3 wide, Mark Cochran decides that might not be the best idea. Good on you, Mark. That blocked a little bit there by Ty Williams, and that puts Brandon and Michael Samia now sneaks inside. Goes down low right on the white line. Mark Cochran just can't find somebody that wants to push the tires the same amount he does. Everybody's trying to save tires right now, feeling each other out, learning how we're racing, seeing how the track conditions are on the trucks. A lot of practice. Ty Williams up high, allows a couple guys to get underneath him now. Michael Samia makes the pass and goes up high. All kinds of racing down. Later on the field, we're going to focus up front. That's where the racing is. Brandon Morris on the outside of your pole sitter now. Brandon Morris gets sideways. Right in front of Dustin. They go sideways, a half spin. Both of them half spin. Dustin Reinsettle comes to a complete stop. These guys both do not have the EOLs. But Brandon Morris on the outside, here's a replay. Thanks, Colin Huffman, working in the truck. Brandon Morris on the outside. Dustin Reinsettle. Looks like Brandon Morris, yeah, he's already breaking loose. He's in the yaw a little bit there, so he's already lost it, trying to catch it. Dustin Reinsettle at the same time slipping up. Michael Samia was nowhere to go, avoids it just in time. And we go back to Corbin Flickenstein, or Sean Cunningham. But yeah, that was just Dustin Reinsettle going out. Looks like Brandon Morris was trying to control the slide. Maybe he caught a seam. Right there, just trying to control the slide. There he is. He's 20 degrees right. Just power sliding. And then Dustin Reinsettle trying to carry his apex speed to keep Michael Samia behind him. And Brandon Morris just didn't quite have it collected. So super slow-mo shows you. Definitely not intentional. Dustin Reinsettle. For the EOLs, I believe they're going to restart back up front. Tough break. But all the stage breaks and all the yellows. You got EOL to pay up for your bad driving, little slap on the wrist until we get through the second stage break. And then it's as you run for the second half of the race. So if you have an EOL, hold your horses. It's all good. It's not the end of the world. It's not fun, I know, but got to remember this is a long race. There's 33 trucks. We're going to try to hold them all down. Bryce Meddings, no surprise, out front. Still early. We got Bryce Meddings up front. Michael Samia benefits running well, and a couple of guys he was racing with spinning out, half spins. Ty Williams up into third. Eric Thaler has made his way up to fourth. Mark Cochran fifth. Brandon Morris and Dustin Reinsettle sixth and seventh. That's another benefit of not being on the EOL, is if you do get tied up in something, you get to keep your track position. That is until after the second stage. That were to happen after the second stage, they would be wherever they were when they came back across the line. So should be single file, if I understand the EOL is right. Once again, I could be wrong. Maybe it's just single file at the stage breaks, but you still get the position drop. So we're all going to learn something tonight. There we go, the repaints. Now I see. I don't know if everybody's paint scheme was a little bit different there, but it was just me. Bryce Meddings rocking the black 99 now. Michael Samia's changed his up a little bit also. Guys are trying to throw me curveballs, changing paint schemes in the middle of the race. We're green again. Eric Thaler in the 15 going wide. Yeah, Michael Samia's got a totally different paint job. He changed the wrap under that caution. That's pretty talented. Look at the run, Eric Thaler. On, you're coming through. Bryce Meddings might be leading the points, but Eric Thaler just had about 10 miles an hour on him out of that last run. Eric Thaler in the 15, Midwest Motorsports. livery with the orange wheels. We got Bryce Manning's down low, Michael Samia in the middle, Eric Taylor high. Middle of three. Yep, Michael Samia, good job, Eric, to get on the binders. Put your momentum. Bryce Mannings gets back by. That allows Ty Williams and Mark Cochran to catch back up. Dustin Reinstedt holding down 6th place right behind him, not too far back. Running the high line. Bryce Manning's in the 99, trying to chase down Michael Samia in the 3. Cool camera angles there. Eric Thaler now on the outside of Bryce Mannings. Gets by without having to hit the brakes this time. Ty Williams hanging in there. Mark Cochran and Dustin Reinstedt. Everybody got a new paint. Oh, I see somebody in the wall. That looks like Bryce Mannings was in the wall there. That's not going to help. Getting a Miami Homestead stripe. A little different from a Darlington stripe. Or it could have been Eric. Not sure. Eric Taylor's got the hammer down. He's not worried about saving tires today. Chasing down Michael Samia. Samia goes down low. Eric Taylor up high. Eric Taylor, no stranger to driving sideways also. Bryce Manning's throwing a block on Ty Williams. Bryce Manning's holding the middle now. Ty Williams lifts up. Big flame coming out of the exhaust. The right side of Ty Williams' Toyota. Now he's in the slipstream. Mannings throws another block. Ty Williams now on the outside. Up front, Eric Taylor right on the bumper, but Bryce Mannings and Ty Williams side by side. Mark Cochran's got a front row seat. And it looks like Mark Cochran and then Dustin Reinstedt got by Mark. Side by side. Dustin Reinstedt. Does he have a new paint job too? New wrap? Man. It's all good. Ty Williams on the outside of Bryce Mannings. Nice move there for Ty Williams. Albert Williams goes by Ty is what he filled out. Oh man. Dustin Reinstedt wrap does look good. W Energy number 11. There it is. Purple and yellow and black. Oh man, that looks awesome. He's got the W sponsorship going. So that's going to take some getting used to, but he's going to definitely stand out. So sorry about having the paint refresh, but we got it under control now. Ty Williams in the wall a little bit again on the right rear. Dustin Reinstedt in the W number 11. I'm sure Dustin has his own W.GG code. We got one too. MM_iRacing. 10% off for your W Jitterless energy drink if you want. 10% off. MM_iRacing is the code. 99 Bryce Manning's down low. Ty Williams up high. Dustin Reinstedt in the purple and yellow 11 right behind him. Bryce Manning's again throwing blocks. Not fighting for the last lap, but not wanting to give up any position right now. Michael Samia's got almost more than half a second lead. So we're not missing anything up front. Eric Taylor's trying to run him down. Ty Williams in the red truck. Dustin Reinstedt in the purple and yellow and black. Reinstedt under Ty Williams this time. Let's see if Dustin Reinstedt can get around Ty and then make a move on Bryce. Ty Williams not going to give it up to anybody. I don't blame him. Again, really early days. All right, Dustin Reinstedt is around Ty Williams for now. We have dropped down 33.9, previously a 33.3. So already over half a second down from just tire wear. .34s and 35s further back. 34.1, 34.0 now for Eric Thaler and Bryce Meddings. Into the 34 seconds after being in the 33s. Low 33s earlier. Oh, Ty Williams into the wall. Third time today. Right back in the throttle, fourth gear. 149 on the exit. Mark Cochran now caught up with Ty Williams. Here we go. Bryce Meddings and Dustin Reinstedel. Reinstedel up high. Bryce Meddings down low. Eric Thaler up ahead. Oh, Bryce Meddings, Dustin's there. There he is. Dustin Reinstedel's got him. Little momentum. Not all the way past. 140, 139. Minimum speed up high in the high lane. Up high. Reinstedel's going to choose now. Fakes the block. Bryce falls for it. He's at his door. At his front wheel now. Not quite clear, but let's see how they come on the exit of the turn. Miami Homestead Speedway providing some great racing with the high bank multi-groove track. Bryce cannot go all the way up high. Let's see if Dustin Reinstedel keeps his momentum up, running that cushion up high. Lap 21. Hits a close after this lap. Dustin Reinstedel going for stage points. Top 5 get stage points. That's going to pay off as the season progresses. Lap 23 is going to be your stage lap. So there's Michael Samia out front in the red, white, and blue number 3. Eric Thaler in the 15 with the orange wheels second. Dustin decides to give up on attacking Bryce Meddings for third. Battles for fourth and fifth between Mark Cochran and Ty Williams. As far as that final bonus points go, Ty Williams has it. Mark Cochran wants them. Who's going to get the fifth and final bonus point for stage? Looks like Ty Williams is going to beat Mark Cochran for that fifth place. And that's the stage break. Michael Samia, my man, the Georgia boy, right up the street from Chatsworth, Georgia, not far from me. Congratulations to the good-looking number 3. Michael Samia's got 3 pets at home, Rosie, Alia, and Mav. It's been sim racing for 3 years. Nothing special on a sim rig setup. Rocking the Logitech. Favorite racing series, take a guess, Earnhardt Sr. Congratulations, Michael Samia, on stage win. All right, looks like a couple guys may have stayed out. Greg Hawkins, if I'm reading this right. There it is. The Sim Racing Podcast brought to you, brings you the stage break. Greg Drace runs the Cool Down Lap, which is Midwest Motorsports podcast called the Cool Down Lap. Grab your phone, scan the QR code. It'll take you right to it. The Sim Racing Podcast, also on Spotify. And I believe he's working on a Sirius XM satellite radio production as well. So wouldn't that be cool to hear, tell your family It's like Mark Cochran missed the pits there. So would that be cool to tell your family listen to Sirius XM radio to hear about Midwest Motorsports iRacing League? Cool Down Lap is the podcast. Scan the QR code, it'll take you right to it. And it might take a couple laps to get the field sorted out again. Again, if you have an EOL, you're going back to the pack. There was some argy-bargy in the pits. Maybe Colin can get a replay. I think we're working on it. Pits are a little crowded with 33 trucks. Mark Cochran might have been the smartest one in the bunch. Let's see where Mark comes out, because if he does not have an EOL, which I don't think he does, if he pits on the second lap and still gets out before everybody else comes back in without the EOL, he can avoid any traffic or any calamity, any traffic jams, not lose any positions, and just still restart at the end of the pack of 8 or 9 that do not have an EOL. End of line penalty. There it is, 17th. Is where Mark Cochran looks like he's going to restart. Maybe I saw that wrong. But it's all good. We got a lot of racing left. Quarter of the way through. Get some wave bys. Josh might be a little busy working all the order. Here's a replay. Anybody in the pits? Nope. It's all right. We'll keep trying to replays until we find something. Or we could just look at Michael Samia's cool paint. I wonder if the 74 was different after we did the repaint. Want to make sure we get the 74. There it is. One more time. Looks like it was the same one that he ran earlier. Michael Harris thinking about his stepfather, Michael Ellis. All right. Just in case, I know we had a vinyl or trading paints, had to refresh after start of the race. So still working on getting the trucks in order. So we'll take this break just to have a little quiet time, maybe grab a drink. Top off your glass of wine, cold beer. Thanks for your patience while we sort this out. Don't worry, it's important that we get it right. When we run the race, we want to make sure we're doing it the right way. Ty Williams, looks like he came out of the pits first. Justin Reinstedt's going to start second. Bryce Meddings third. Brandon Morris fourth. Norm Snyder fifth. Hunter Jacques in the 44 going to start fifth. Norm Snyder outside of the third row. Not a bad place to restart. We're going to go green next time by. Barney has turned off the lights on the pace car. So we're going to go green. the wrong color flag, Barney. No green. Lights are back on the pace car. "33 trucks." It's kind of hard to get everybody organized, but that's what we're doing. Have a couple cars lapped down already. Trucks, I should say. But again, still very early in the race. Ways to get it back. The best way to get off of the end of line list is to run a clean race. We've got a couple of blinkers too. That's too bad. It's real important to have your internet plugged in, I hope. Especially when there's 33 trucks and everybody's running really close. There we go. Now he's got a green flag in his hand. Pace car dips off. Ty Williams, first one out of the pits. Lets her rip. Hammer down. There's all 33 trucks going green. Brandon Hinton's got a cool looking paint scheme. There you go. Colin picked right up on that too. 57 Ford there. Up 9 spots from his starting position. Brandon Hinton. Good looking paint job. Up front, Ty Williams, Bryce Meddings, Dustin Reinstedel, Brandon Morris, Brandon Hinton, Robert Sanders, Art Cochran gets by Norm Snyder, Eric Thaler right behind Norm Snyder, Norm in the 28, Eric in the 15, there we go. Eric's trying to figure out where to go, 93 right in front of Eric is fine. Eric Thaler working on Robert Sanders now in the 84. Eric Thaler in the 15 working the cushion. Homestead Miami Speedway. Robert Sanders right up in front. He goes, 84 drops down low. Eric Thaler has to pick a lane. Chooses to go down low. Follow the 84 multicolor paint job. That's psychedelic. Pretty awesome. Trying not to run over his rear bumper there. Got Brandon Morris up on the outside. Nick's trying to not get sideways as he comes up high. Mark Cochran right behind Eric Thaler. Might have been some contact there. So a nice correction there by Eric Thaler. Maybe just got loose. Dustin Reinstedel has gotten by. Bryce Meddings has taken over the lead. And he's checked out almost a second and a half already. We were watching Eric Thaler get around Norm. 3 wide in front of them. But we missed Bryce Meddings going by. He's gone. Dustin Reinstedel second. Ty Williams third. Robert Sanders fourth. '84 still holding strong. Robert Sanders. Good to see him racing up front. Making moves. Making Eric Thaler work for it. Now Eric's clear, or at least got a nose ahead of him. Now he's clear. Eric Thaler setting his sights on Albert Williams now, Ty Williams. '84, just not going away. Keep your eye out on Robert Sanders. He's turning 33 sixes. Bryce Madding's turning 33 twos. We'll see if that goes later on. Falls away. Eric Thaler going to get around Ty Williams right on his left rear corner at his door. And he's by. Ty Williams has been a definite front runner all season long. I expect to see him continue. Right now, Eric Thaler's wanting to use up a little more of his tires than Ty does. That doesn't pull over and let him go, but Eric Thaler is by. Robert Sanders now wants to get by Ty Williams. Side by side. Nice clean racing here. We are working lap 39 of 101. Coming up on 40. .33.8s now for the first couple of trucks. 34s on down to 18th. Ryan Latshaw in 18th. Good to see Ryan back. Shauna Happick in 19th. Jason Perry rounding out the top 20. Robert Sanders now has completed the pass on Ty Williams. Ty Williams still leaving marks on that outside safer barrier. Homestead Miami Speedway. Been racing since 1995. Groundbreaking began in 1994, 93, I should say. Used to host the Ford Championship weekend. We all know about the parties in Miami. Season-ending racing. All right, we're watching Pete Dillon now. 63. Looking up ahead at Travis Jones in the 96. Pete Dillon has made 18 positions since qualifying. .34 flat, so still running really good lap times. 34.3 that last time we went. Pete Dillon and Mark Cochran right behind him. So that did not work out for Mark Cochran last time. Here we go back with Ty Williams and Brandon Hinton. Brandon Hinton down low. Coming up on another stage break at 45. So the pits are closed. Ty Williams, Brandon Hinton makes the move, makes the pass. Michael Samia is your last paying points for the stage break. Everybody else Pretty good gap on the top 5. So Ty Williams and Brandon Inton working out 6th and 7th. Good fight behind them. Robert Olafson and Travis Jones. Pete Dillon also working it. Look at that. Robert Olafson and Travis Jones side by side for 7th and 8th. 8th and 9th, I should say. Caution's out. Give it to Bryce Mannings. 5 more points for the season's points leader right now. Justin Reinstedel gets 2nd. Eric Thaler 3rd. Robert Sanders 4th. And Michael Samia, stage 1 winner, wraps out the top 5. That's all the bonus points. So after this restart, it will have EOLs, but after this restart, more. So we'll see if we can watch this view, see if they do a little better job coming out of the pits this time. But give it up for Bryce Meddings. No stranger to running up front. Tonight's no different. Five lug nuts on, 5 lug nuts off. Everybody started the race with once that looks like Dustin Reinstedel beat the 99 out of the pits. Maybe a short fill, or maybe he only took 2. Thank you, Colin. This stage break brought to you by the Sim Racing Podcast, hosted with Greg Dreiss. Grab your cell phone, scan the QR code. It'll take you right to Sim Racing Podcast. Greg Dreiss does a great job with our cool down lap, our weekend review. That's Monday nights at 9 p.m. You'll hear about the truck race, the Xfinity race, the Cup race, the Road Series race from Tuesday nights, but also always an interview with one of the drivers of the Midwest Motorsports. It could be you if you're a truck racer. Last time we had Bryce Mannings on, it was great to get to know Bryce. The Sim Racing Podcast, hosted by Greg Dreiss. Greg's been racing a long time, knows a lot about sim racing stuff and iRacing. Been a creator of a league and raced a lot of leagues. Currently races Cup Series with us at Midwest Motorsports as well. So we appreciate Greg's support, working the Sim Racing Podcast. And the Cool Down Lap, Monday nights at 9 p.m. Scan the QR code, don't miss it. We'll be talking about Homestead, Miami in the trucks, for sure. All right, while Josh gets everybody straightened out, some more guys decide to come back through the pits. Starting in the back anyway. We've got a couple more takers. Cool down lap, Monday nights, 9 p.m. Thanks for that. .527 is the track record from Kevin Harvick in the Cup. As far as the trucks, Justin Haley, 32.48 in 2018. I haven't seen any 32s today. 32.48 from Justin Haley in 2018. I think the rules were a little different. That's before they went to the standard engine for the trucks. Dustin Reinstedel is going to start off on the inside. Chooses the inside. But he did beat Bryce out of the pits. Don't know if Bryce took 4 or just 2. Everybody starts the race with 1 set on the tires and then has 3 sets as the race goes on, I believe. Tire sets. Homestead 3 sets on the ground. Racing at night, track temp 78, air temp 72. They dropped off at least a second there. All right, so we're going to have 51 laps. Well, are we going green this time? 51 laps to go to the end. All right, maybe 50 if we don't go green this time. So if you can go 35 to 38 laps on a tank of gas is my estimate. Everybody's going to have to stop at least once. 38 to go would be lap 62. Be when the pit window opens. But you're going to be finishing the race on old tires. There's been, the only cautions have been for the stage breaks, except for one between Dustin Reinstedel and Brandon Morris. So congratulations, truck drivers. Let's keep this up. I hope I didn't just jinx us. Great to see all the participation, man. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Really appreciate you. Midwest Motorsports is a really fun league, and we are glad to have everybody in. The truck drivers chat has been on fire. Everybody's talking, helping each other out, setting up practice times for each other, open sessions. Barney's got the green flag. Dustin Reinstedel is going to bring us back to green. So we're going 50 laps to the finish. And he's off. Dustin Reinstedel takes off. Everybody else single file behind him. No more EOLs. We're going double wide. He starts the rest of the way. And look at that. We got Robert Sanders in the 84 up to second place. Great restart for Robert Sanders. Bryce Manning's back to third. Ty Williams fourth. Brandon Hinton fifth. Riding with Brandon Hinton now. Mark Cochran P6. Brandon Morris seventh. Sean Happick eighth. iRacing update this week is, we got a spinner into the wall. Right rear is not clear. Only a half spin. He threw the yellow already, but might have been able to save it, but that looked like Mark Cochran. I could be wrong. It was Mark Cochran with Brandon Morris. Brandon Morris, bounced off the wall and just not quite enough room. Mark Cochran was not clear to come up. I don't know if Jim told him he was clear or not, but that's a tough break. Both half spin into the wall. Brandon Morris bounced off the wall just before the contact, though, so back it up just a little bit more if you can. It looks like Brandon Morris came off the wall, but Mark Cochran not clear. It's going to be a great angle here. See if Brandon hit the wall or not. Brandon Morris in the blue truck, Mark Cochran in the camo. There's Brandon. No, he didn't hit it, but he just overcorrects. But he didn't hit the wall, no contact. And then Mark Cochran, I don't know if that's net code or not. Could be. Tough break for that. That's a net code. Tough break for Mark Cochran and Brandon Morris. Both of them have to suffer through that. It did not look like there was contact to me on my replay. Tough break. As I was saying about the update, iRacing update this week, one of them was about the blinking report. And we are able to see some of those blinking reports. If you're not plugged in to your internet, you should be. If you're blinking a lot like that, perfect example. Good timing. All good. Know you're doing your best, but if it gets to a point, race control will have to ask you to step off in world, so to speak. Unfortunately, that's the net code, but now we get to see double 2-wide restarts from here on out to the end of today, this race. The next IPL review is the 15th, so you got to get your IPL under 1.2. I think Brandon Morris and Mark Cochran are both off of the IPL, so that yellow is for two guys that were not even on the IPL. 39 and Cochran's 25, right? He was last year. Cochran's 93. Yeah, there he is too, so all good. Tough break. Net codes happen. I guess it's not perfect. Bryce Meggs in an unfamiliar spot. He's got somebody in front of him. That somebody is Robert Sanders and Dustin Ryansettle. Dustin's going to pick the inside. So now we're stacking 2 wide the rest of the way. What did we get? 2 laps before we had a caution because I ruined it. I won't ruin it again. But I'm really proud of all these truck racers to have such a big field. Miami's a pretty big track. Good to get spaced out, get those incidents per lap down a little bit. Lights are out on the pace car. Let's go green. Be better with W Chitterless energy drink. MM_iRacing for 10% off. Going down the back stretch. It looks like Dustin Reinsettle chose the outside. So that's going to put Robert Sanders on the inside. Bryce Meddings and Ty Williams, row 2. Shauna Happick and Brandon Hinton, row 3. Brandon Morris and Mark Cochran, row 4. Able to gather it up. A little quick on the yellow. We're all good. Michael Samia, 9th and 10th with Robert Olafson. Eric Thaler, 11th with Norm Snyder in his row. And the green steps on it. Robert Sanders tucks in right behind him. Goes the black on Ty Williams. 3 wide behind Dustin Reinsettle. Bryce Meddings makes it up to 2nd. Ty Williams trying to figure out who to push or who to follow. Dustin Reinsettle goes from the high lane all the way down to the white line. Bryce Meddings clear this time. Yes, he is. Ty Williams does a good job of not running over the 84 of Robert Sanders. And Brandon Morris right behind him. Three wide now. We got Brandon Morris with Brandon Hinton just ahead. Mark Cochran inside. Deja vu all over again. Brandon Morris in the third lane. Brandon Hinton inside. And we're yellow again. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Looked like somebody was stopped on the track. Dead truck coming out of 2. Wonder who that was. Got Sean Happock trying to throw a little strategy here. I kind of like it. Let's see what we're seeing on the replay. I'm frozen. Okay. But Sean Happock stayed out that last pit stop. So watch out for Sean Happock. I'm going to keep my eyes on him. Brian Latshaw is the screen now. Here's the replay. We're going to get Mike Todd in the 72. 96, that's a good looking paint. Travis Jones. This is one of his first races. Good to see you, Travis. Thanks for joining us, my man. Keep the spotlight on Travis for a sec. I think I saw you fill out Rocky Mount, Virginia. Look at that. Red, white, and blue base. 96, pretty cool paint. Glad to have you with us, Travis Jones. Rocky Mount, Virginia. Been sim racing a year. He just wants to finish. That's his goal for this season, finish. I'm with you, Travis. Welcome to Midwest Motorsports, my man. All right. Sean, nope, Ty Williams came into pit. All right, Ty, I see you, brother. See how long this pit stop is? About 6 seconds. Top off of fuel, maybe. Adrian Fedorowski also pitted at the last stage break, so he's got 2 sets of tires on the floor. Sean Happock does decide to pit now. And start further on the back, but he's got, 6 or 8 laps fresher tires. Well, lap 61, that's 10 laps. You don't want to finish the race with tires, because then that means you could have taken them. So burn them if you got them. Buddy tried to figure out what a set of tires cost. He wanted to sponsor somebody just to run a truck race in Atlanta near, and they were over $6,000 for a set. One set, $6,000 per set of tires. By the time they mount, dismount, balance, all that, pay for Champion to bring them. He thought he was successful until he found that out. It's all good. Justin Reinstedel, no stranger to being up front. Got Bryce Manning's on his tail. Surprised to see that to be the battle of the front. Up front, but who else? Anybody else trying to play strategy here? some reason it's still showing Sean Happick is last pitted on 23, but I think I did see him come in. He just hadn't gone back across the line yet. Here's Justin Taylor. We haven't talked about him today. The 00, right behind Norm Snyder. Another Midwest Motorsports regular. Justin Taylor rocking the 00. Last week's winner from Road America, don't forget. Road course ringer, Justin Taylor. Got Norm Snyder and Brandon Thayer just in front of him. Justin Taylor holding down 13th spot, lucky 13 right now. But once again, double wide on the restarts. The rest of the way today. All right, Twitchers, let's hear you chat it up a little bit, man. What's going to happen? What are we going to see? Going green. Dustin Reinstedel. Bryce Manning's on the outside. Bryce gets a little squirrely as they accelerate side by side now for the lead. Top two truck runners, Bryce Manning's, Dustin Reinstedel on the inside. You got Robert Sanders right behind Dustin on the inside. We're three wide behind them. Dustin goes right down to the bottom. Bryce Manning's holds second lane up. Got some Mark Cochran fans rooting for Mark, but right now, another Aussie. Whoa, look at that. Robert Sanders comes right up on Bryce Manning's tail. Dustin Reinstedel now gets a little bit of a lead. These restarts are fabulous. Three, four wide behind him. Good to see Michael Samia back up in the top four. Brandon Morris right behind him. Brandon hitting sixth. Mark Cochran now moving up. Up to seventh now. Mark Cochran race for the lead up front. Second and third looking crazy, but there's Mark hanging with this front group. So not out of it yet. Mark Cochran going to try to follow down low now to the white line. He's got Eric Thaler on his outside. Looking up at Brandon Hinton in the pink truck. Eric Taylor's still on the outside of Mark here. Oh, Brandon Hinton lifts a little bit early. Looking for a better exit. Eric Taylor has to back out again, and that lets Mark get another spot. Mark gets two spot, move Mark up to sixth now. Mark Cochran on the move, not saving any tires. Up ahead, we got Brandon Morris and Michael Samia. Michael Samia makes a good move on Brandon Morris. On the inside, side by side now down the back straight. Throws the block up high, slide job right up in front. Brandon Morris is nowhere to go. Brandon Morris did a good job not to run over him or cause the wreck. So full credit to both of those guys for racing hard. And Brandon Morris going to wait and remember that. See if he can return the favor the other way next time. I'm sure Samia, same thing, and not run him over. Now Michael Samia on Robert Sanders, the multicolor paint. Ticks inside. Brandon Morris trying to decide who to follow into this next turn. Brandon Morris riding up high, Michael Samia down low. And Robert Sanders in the middle as they finally single file it up. Now Robert Sanders looking inside Michael Samia. Samia in the 3, red, white, and blue. Brandon Morris and Robert Sanders still side by side. That's the battle for 4th and 5th. Starting to spread out just a little bit now. Getting into a groove. .33.6 is all the way down for the top 5. Eric Taylor in and out of the pits now at lap 69. That was it, 68. What I said earlier, as Justin Taylor looking for a way around Pete Dillon. He's got him side by side now. Justin Taylor on the outside in the 00. Pete Dillon in the 63 on the inside. Now decides to tuck in. Justin Taylor with a pretty good gap now. Working his way up. Justin Taylor earlier 13th. Worked his way up to 8th. Biggest mover though right now, 19 spots. Thanks to the EOL, it's Pete Dillon right behind Justin Taylor. So that's the big mover of the race. Behind the 00 is the 63 of Pete Dillon. Eric Taylor should be good to go to the end from here. Is anybody else going to pit? Coming up on, what, 28 laps to go? Brandon Hinton in the pink and blue 57. Looking back at Justin Taylor. Here's a replay. Hunter Jacques. Whoa, we got a couple guys flowing way down. Look at Hunter Jacques goes out in front of us. Is that Ty Williams? Oh, Robert Olafson, the 22, mixing it up. Getting way sideways. Staying off of him. Who's right behind Robert? In the red and black truck, as Olafson now goes back outside, but he's not clear. Yep, that's Ty Williams. Tough break for the 81. Robert Olafson from Navarre, Florida. Tough break for Ty Williams, just wrong place, wrong time. Look at this. Eric Taylor came in at 68. He's going to be in the catbird seat unless he was trapped a lap down, which he might have been. And if that's the case, he should come back in again. Anyway, get more tires. I thought it was clear. So in the pits we go. Let's see if people stay out. I'll give you an update as soon as we get back. Bryce Meddings. Batting with Bryce and P9. Like. As soon as we get all situated, I'll give you guys a rundown. It's like some guys came in, some guys didn't. 45, they can't go to the end being on lap 45. So that's Andrew Miller, who's going to restart with your leader in the truck number 29. Counting on another yellow. Also, Craig Hawkins that we're riding with now. Greg Hawkins wants some time up front. His last pit stop was lap 47. Can't make it all the way. Other than those two, everybody else can, except all the way down to P20 and Ron Shiner. So 1 and 3 still have to pit Andrew Miller and Craig Hawkins. But they get some time in the front. Craig Hawkins from Virginia. He's got a couple of dogs, Hershey and Cooper. Hope they're doing all right tonight. Been sim racing for about 10 years. When he's not in his sim racing, Craig Hawkins is a plumber. We'd be lost without our indoor plumbing. I don't know about you. Have you thanked your plumber today? Thank you, Craig. Welcome to the front of the Midwest Motorsports Truck Series. Now you got a pit to go. Maybe you're counting on somebody else to get sideways and Barney to throw a yellow. Lights are out in the pace car, so we're going green this time. Dustin Rhinestyle in P3. Well, I should say outside second row. Then Michael Samia in 5th. Bryce Manning's all the way back down in 9th. Looking for Mark Cochran. There he is in 10th. So we've got a couple of guys that still need to pit. And a couple guys that are not going to hold back. Andrew Miller chose the outside. Dustin Rhinestyle in the 11 going to be right up front. Right on his bumper. Michael Samia on his bumper as well. 63 on the inside. Rhinestyle. The 3 and the 11 are in the middle right now. 3 drops down low. But right now we got Pete Dillon and Andrew Miller. Pete Dillon is good to go. Full credit to Pete Dillon for working his way to the front. New leader, 63. Don't look now. Dustin Rhinestyle wants it down low. Dustin Rhinestale's not trying to save any tires. Oh, we got a couple guys up at the wall in the back, but nobody's around yet, so let's keep it straight. Keep it straight. Michael Sabia gets by Pete Dillon. We're 3-4 wide behind him. Don't forget, your incidents are still going on your IPL, so please, let's get some green laps in and finish this race out. 22 to go. Dustin Rhinestyle in the lead. Michael Samia second. Pete Dillon third on merit. Guys without tires. Andrew Miller's dropped down to 7th after restarting on the front row. Eric Taylor, oh no, what happened? What did I miss? I said something about yellows, didn't I? Blame it on the commentator. Oh, who was around? I know our replays are kind of getting funky. Forgive us. We're trying to work through it. Come on, Colin, you can do it. Not Ty Williams again. Eric Thaler, Norm Snyder. We got the 51 around into the wall. How did that happen? Eric Taylor's down low, avoiding that would be 3. Who's 51? Jason Perry. Don't know if we're going to see what actually happened. Oh, looks like he got into it after getting in the wall. Tough break for Jason Perry. Just not in the cards for us to see the replay. So it's Jason Perry's lucky day. Fenton, Missouri's Jason Perry. Got a pit bull named Hendricks. All right, Jason Perry brings out the yellow. Dustin Reinstedt is going to be our restart leader. As somebody gets a wave around. Michael Samia is going to start second. Pete Dillon going to start third. 25 spots. Looks like we had another dead truck there on the inside. Turn 3, he's waiting for a spot. Don't forget Midwest-Motorsports.com if you're looking for a league to sign up with. We have trucks on Friday, Xfinity on Saturday, Cup on Sunday, Road Series on Tuesday nights, 7 Eastern. Midwest-Motorsports.com, where you can find out all the rules, setups, etc., schedule, and sign up for the Discord. And the lights are still on in the pace car, so we're going to go another lap or so. If you're on the stream, Twitch stream, if you haven't already, go ahead and give us a follow. It's the best way you can support our series, to follow or subscribe to our Twitch. Hunter Jacques got some fans on the Twitch stream. .44 is the fastest guy on the track. I don't know about that. We haven't seen it yet, but I know he's capable. We're used to seeing Hunter Jacques up front. I haven't seen him recently. Come on up, Hunter. There's the 51 going back by. All right, we're going to go green next time by. Let's stack them up. And they go off. Weston Reinstedt, Michael Samia. Robert Sanders again in the multicolor. Then Mark Cochran up to fourth. What a restart for Mark Cochran. Got Brandon Morris right on his tail. Don't look now. Michael Samia and Dustin Reinstedt, bumper to bumper. Mark Cochran on the inside of Bryce. Nope, Bryce Manning's coming up behind him. So Mark Cochran on the inside of Brandon Morris. Brandon Morris with nowhere to go on Robert Sanders. Front two are keeping it clean. There's Mark Cochran's. Looks like Brandon Morris got by it. Bryce Manning's right on Mark Cochran now. Brandon Morris working that high line. And we're yellow. Let's see if we can get the replay machine working. We can go more than 2 laps without a caution, I promise. Mike Todd in the 72. "13 laps to go." "25 is Sean Happick. And when we go to him, it just goes up in the blimp. So, we see he got a pretty violent spin. I'd love to show you replays. He goes around and around. He's on the spin cycle in the dishwasher. We're going to work on our cameras for the next stream. We'll continue to get better. Thanks for bearing with us. So if you want to know what it's like to be on the spin cycle of the washer or dryer, just ask Sean Happick. He could tell us after that wild ride. That'll make the highlight reel. Gainesville, Texas, Sean Happick. He's got a dog named Stella. I don't know if you know Sean, they made a Red Hot Chili Peppers pretty cool song named Stella. Sean's only been sim racing for 8 months. Already stepped up to a Moza Club Sport. Club Sport pedals. Wants to be consistently in the top 5. Sterling Marlin fan. There's somebody who knows what it's like to be in a spin cycle. Sterling Marlin. All right, 11 laps to go. We're going to get real and bring it home. Only 1 retirement, 2 retirements so far. 31 trucks still in it. Good to see Ryan Sargent back with us. Eric Thaler trapped 2 laps down. Those pit cycles did not work out for Eric. He stayed out, been in the back of the pack. Those caution after cautions. Oh, he's gonna wish he'd played that a little different, I think. Norm Snyder, 2 laps down. Ryan Latshaw, 1 lap down. Going through some names I see. Some Midwest Motorsports regulars. We'd like to see all of you guys come back. Again, this is only race 5 out of 20. So no reason to hang up your hat now with all these trucks. Pretty easy Discord to keep up with. We want you to race with us and spend your Friday nights going fast and turning left. Dustin Reinstedt on Michael Samia. When the helmet's not on, they're good friends. Right now, they just want to beat each other. Brandon Morris, that outside lane is going to be really fast. 63, Justin Thaler, don't look now, he's in there. Mark Cochran's going to be on the inside with who else? Hunter Jock behind him, Pete Dillon, 63. All right, we're green. Robert Sanders and the multicolors got to pick a lane. Here we go. Up high, Brandon Morris up high. Michael Samia and Dustin Reinstedt are down low. Checking out, get a good run. Justin Thaler, oh, that's Mark Cochran on the inside. Making some moves. Can't quite get up to Brandon Morris, but he's almost there. And that's Justin Thaler on the outside of him. No, it's Bryce Meddings on the outside. And right behind Bryce Meddings is Hunter Jock. There's that 44 coming back up to the front. After talking him up, it's good to see him in the Kodiak truck. Brandon Morris now pushing Robert Sanders. Michael Samia pushing Dustin Reinstedt. Hang on to it, boys. Brandon Morris now on the outside of Robert Sanders. Can he hold it and get clear? And then maybe make an attempt to attack Michael Samia. Brandon Morris goes up high, keeps the gas on as long as he can. Riding right on that third seam. He's got a good run. Definitely clear of Sanders now. Looking to work his way around Michael Samia as Brandon Morris saved enough tire. Dustin Reinstedt shows that he knows how to manage his tires throughout a race, throughout a stint. A new purple lap of Bryce Meddings, 33.21. Bryce Meddings up to 4th. We got 2 wide behind Bryce Meddings, inside Sanders. Clear. Now making the move. Sanders trying to cross over. Hurt the speed. Hunter Jock gets a little bit sideways on his way out. Sean Cunningham. Good to see Sean Cunningham in the 71. Working his way back up to the front too. Hunter Jock and Sean Cunningham. 44 and 71 going at it. Right in front of them, Mark Cochran. But can anybody catch Dustin Reinstedt? Working lap 96, coming up to finish lap 96. Michael Samia seems to be the only one that can keep up with Dustin right now. Brandon Morris has dropped back. Bryce Meddings still holding down 4th. Bryce Meddings looking for a way around Brandon Morris now. Battle up front. Michael Samia and Dustin Reinstedt. Michael Samia gets really sideways on the exit. Gets back on the throttle a little too early. Maybe the tires working their way down. Who has saved an extra 3 laps of tires? Michael Samia right down on that yellow line, getting the truck sideways. There we go, Bryce Meddings. Brandon Morris on the outside. There we go. Let's see if Bryce Meddings can get around. Or if Brandon Morris can hold him off. Brandon Morris up high. Bryce Meddings down low. Just what I want to see. Bryce Meddings looks like he was clear that lap with finishing lap 99. Got 1.5 laps to go for Dustin Reinstedel. Almost half a second. Still in the 33.9s. There's Bryce Meddings, smooth hands. Little bit of opposite counter steer. Doing good, but he's not going to be able to catch Michael Samia, I don't think. Not in one lap. Back up to the front. This is the race for the lead. Dustin Reinstedel with 2 to go. I don't think he gets nervous, but this looks like it's it. Coming to the flag, Dustin Reinstedel. Dustin Reinstedel is your winner. Michael Samia second. Bryce Meddings, great run in 3rd spot. Brandon Morris happy with 4th, I'm sure. Robert Sanders, a great run for him in 5th. Mark Cochran brings home 6th. Hunter Jacques 7th. Justin Thaler 8th. Sean Cunningham 9th. Travis Jones in P10 on day 1. Keep an eye out for Travis Jones. But the winner, Dustin Reinstedel, give him maximum points. Well, not maximum points. Give him all the points for the win today. It's going to shake up some points. Definitely wants those championship points. Last season's winner. What a great race. Great race, especially considering the number of trucks we had. Awesome. Thank you to each and every one of our Midwest Motorsports truck drivers and everybody on the Twitch stream that's joined us. We really appreciate you. There's your rundown. Top 18, Dustin Reinstedel's going to burn all of the tires down as he should. Killer run. Great job for everybody. Thank you, everybody, for watching along with us. We really appreciate you. And don't forget, next Friday we'll be here again. Same time, same channel. No, you're right. Next week is the holiday, so we'll be off next week. Hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving. But Dustin Reinstedel, congratulations, man. What a great race.
Thank you, sir. That was a good finish.
Michael Samia was right on your butt, man. Were you driving in your windshield or were you looking in your rear view?
Oh, mirror for sure. Especially whenever he was right there at like 1-2 tenths, and he definitely got the run down the front stretch. But I learned from Bryce earlier that I was trying to get around him. He just kept riding in the second lane on the front stretch and back stretch. So I knew how important that bottom was going to be, because you can make a pass up there, but you have to really risk your tires. So definitely, I wasn't going to like run him off the track, but I definitely tried to do all I could to keep him from getting around me going into 1 with about 5 to go. So that was kind of the only defense I had there, because if he would have got to my inside, it was pretty much over.
Yeah, I saw that. The white line was your friend. That was not an accident, and a pattern that I saw all racing. I mean, we've seen Michael Samia race. He races hard. I knew he wasn't going to give you the bumper, but he was running right in your tracks. That seems to be the way to.
But he definitely let me know, which I mean, if he'd ran through me that close to me and me pinching him down like that, I wouldn't have blamed him. I mean, that's how it happens. Hard racing. So that's what I love about this league, though, is like I mean, you know, nobody drives with any ill intent. So it's good hard racing. It's fun to race around everybody. Um, Definitely was not the fastest car tonight. Bryce pulled away from me big time on the stage 2 finish. So I was kind of thinking I was racing for second and third all night. So we'll take it.
Yeah, you should, man. I mean, it was great. It was you definitely earned it. Bryce had some bad luck, got caught in traffic a little bit, I think, but so he's going to take a little bit of a hit in the points. That's going to move you up in the points a little bit. He definitely got some stage points too, though. So anyway, after Road America, it probably wasn't your best showing. So I'm sure this makes you feel a little sleep a little
This
better.
makes the having to leave for work in the middle of the race from third feel a little better. So that's kind of my goal from here until the end of the playoffs. Is the wins. The wins are cool, of course, the stage points and extra points, but definitely from the outside looking in, I think I was in 16th tonight in the playoffs. So outside looking in on the playoffs, you gotta make them before those stage points and playoff points even matter. So definitely my goal now is just to make sure that I'm inside that top 12.
That's right. Well, this just is the race 5, so we're finished race 5, just 25% in. We got to take next week off for Thanksgiving. Hope you have a great holiday. And then after that, Nashville Fairgrounds. What do you think 33 trucks at Nashville is going to be like?
What's the speed limit for pacing?
Yeah, right.
I've been in some pretty big fields at short tracks before, and sometimes they surprise you. Sometimes they don't. I've driven fairgrounds before, like a super speedway, where I just stayed in the back till everybody used their fast repairs, and then I've raced it, like I'm trying to win. So we'll see. You won't be able to know until you get that green flag in there, but it'll be fun. Fairgrounds is a tough track, and especially having the truck there with how wide it is in the rear end, it'll be a driver's favorite for sure if you can drive the car.
Yep. All right, man. Well, don't forget, man, celebrate your win tonight, man. You earned it. Great run. Any shout outs before we let you go?
Just same thing as usual. All the Midwest Motorsports admin. Got some cool stuff in the works personally. Potentially ditching the VR pretty soon, as much as I like it. But a couple guys have been helping me do some upgrades, so that's pretty cool. Just part of the community that we have here at Midwest Motorsports. You can ask anybody anything, whether it be your race line to pit strategy to upgrading your PC. So definitely the best place to be and the best group of guys to be around.
I agree with you 100%, man, and you're a big part of that too. So thanks for all you do for the crew at Midwest Motorsports. And well, have a great Thanksgiving, man. You got any?
Absolutely, you too. All kinds of travel. I grew up in a split family, and then now I'm married. So we got all kinds of places to go this week. More food for us, right?
All right, man. Well, I hope you got a couple more notches in your belt to open it up, man. And just enjoy yourself and enjoy the week off. And we'll see you in 2 weeks at Nashville Fairgrounds.
Absolutely.
Thanks,
I told JT the next win I had, I was going to drop the Denny Hamlin quote at Bristol, but I just can't make myself do it. It's just not worth it.
You still got time?
No, it's all right. Have a good week.
Hey, you too, Dustin. Congratulations. That's Dustin Reinstedel, your winner from the Homestead Miami Speedway. Michael Samia, shout out to him, man. Great run all day. Bryce Manning still comes down with the P3. Brandon Morris, great run. Welcome back to the truck racing, Brandon. I hope to see you back again soon. Robert Sanders, spotlight of the day, man. Don't see a lot of him, so it's great to see him in the top 5. Mark Cochran in 6th. Shout out to everybody. We appreciate you for listening in. For James J., Colin Huffman in the truck, Josh Watt running the broadcast. Thanks to everybody at Midwest Motorsports. Happy Turkey Day, everybody. We'll see you in 2 weeks from Nashville.